Hello and welcome on Sports Update. Adeni G. Shafer. We'll be looking at stories trending in the world of sports on the show Sports Update alongside Ikena Okonko. Good to have you, Ikena.
Thank you so much, Adeni.
Yes, so let's run through these stories trending now. We start from the home scene when we talk about Nigerian football. Well, sometimes back it was organized. In fact, before the league started, where a team won 100 million naira. But right now, the same group of people right now organizing another Super League coming up. It's actually tied to Dozimo Bozi Super Cup. Let's look at that story. Dozimo Bozi Super Cup, top 12 teams to compete for 1.2 billion naira prize money, where the winning team will go home with 1 billion naira and the runners-up will get 200 million. All the 12 teams will get 20 million naira for participating in this particular league, although it's been sponsored by the billionaire Dozimo Bozi right now. Nigerian teams can't wait. 12 teams, top teams will be gone in for this particular whopping some amount of money.
Yeah, I don't know his intention. I don't know the people that are working with him, what they're advising him. But you see, if you can spend this much, why can't you sponsor a league? Our league.
Maybe he doesn't want to sponsor. We all have our maybe preference. It might just be I don't want to sponsor the league, but I want to organize competition. Let them play.
And maybe probably just in his name. He doesn't want anything. But of course, if he's sponsoring the league, one way or the other, his name is there. I mean, he can also, on the second thought, get a club. I mean, right now, Sunshine Stars, owned by the Ondo State government, they are looking for buyers.
They want to sell the club.
So it could, 1 billion could do so much for
I can imagine out of the 12 teams participating, one of them will get 1 billion.
Yeah.
Then the team that actually loses out in that game, that's the runners, will get 200 million.
And then
somebody asked a question that, why not, okay, it's his money anyway. Yeah. Somebody was saying, okay, why not, maybe 600 million for or 500 million for the winner, then 300 million for the runners-up, then 200 million probably 200 million grand, making it 400 million for other teams that actually get to maybe semi-final or there, but just to make it more competitive. Yeah. Because if the winner goes with 1 billion, and the team that actually played the final, that came second now, will go home with 200 million. If you look at it, and others that participated, the remaining 10 will go with 20 million for participating. Yeah. How would they feel about this?
No, but 200 million is still a big deal for some teams.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is like the remaining 10 teams will get 20 million for participating.
Yeah.
Then the team that wins will get 1 billion. What a gap.
That's mega. By the time such a team plugs in that 1 billion into their team.
But my fear, would they put that money into that team?
You know how it is now. We just, I don't know the idea behind all of
because if they put that 1 billion into that team, believe you me, administrative-wise, technical-wise, every other facet of football business, that team should be gunning, should be in fact competing with the way North African League is being run, South African League is being run, where you have a standard league. If 1 billion naira should be injected to a club and judiciously
well spent, yeah.
So that will at least speak well for the club.
That's the issue. The round pegs are not fixed in the right, in the
round holes.
That's the problem we have in Nigeria, not only in football, not only in sports. It's a general thing of Nigeria. You can find out that the club that will eventually win that 1 billion naira, so to say, if you want to investigate or you want to follow how they apply that money.
I hope elephant will not swallow it this time.
Not even elephant is too big. You could find out snake would have his
monkey
role
will
to
have
play, rat will have a
call their own,
and maybe lizard at a point and all.
At the end of the day, the players will get how much?
I mean, players will pay so paltry amount. Even the salary to be regular is a problem. Most of the clubs in the NPFL, if not up to 70 to 80%, they are struggling to pay their players.
Now, I look at maybe management, administrative-wise, maybe the organizers will make sure, let's see what they want to do with the money before we give it to you. Or bring out whatever you want to do. We are going to be releasing it the way you want to do it. Just to reduce corruption.
If that money is sent at once, man, in 3 months or 4, look for that money, you hear stories.
Swallowed by elephant.
You will hear stories.
Oh my goodness.
But if the organizers will have that, like you said now, you have a template of releasing the money.
Let's see what we want to do.
You bring out the budget or the whatever.
Let's even see what we want to do. We go there,
exactly.
we execute. You want to buy something, we release the money. You want to do this, we get.
It's just going to be better.
To reduce.
It's going to, if not, that money will grow wings and fly away.
Seriously, we've been talking about Dozimo Bozi Super Cup that will be coming up. The winner will be going home with a whooping 1 billion naira. Although recently they also did one where the winner got 100 million, and it really is going well with the MPFL. But from the way it is, other teams, they have 12 teams that will be participating. They will be going home with 20 million for participating fee, and the runners will get 200 million, while the winner will also win 1 billion there, coming from Dozimo Bozi Super Cup tournament there. Good one. At least it's getting better for the MPFL. Hopefully, you can see something like this in the NNL, Nigeria National League, and also the Nationwide League One. Not forgetting the Women League, NWFL. They also need attention. The ladies have been playing good football. If you watch them, you will see superlative performance from those ladies. They also deserve to be sponsored or supported by all the billionaires in this country. We've been talking concerning Nigerian football there right now. Let's talk about continental football, international football right now. South Africa, 3 orders bid for 2027 Women's World Cup. World Cup will be coming up in 2027, and about 4 countries right now. Although we have joint bid there, we have Germany, Belgium, and also Netherlands having a joint bid from Europe, South Africa from Africa, Brazil also trying their best to see how they can get it, and you also have USA and Mexico having another joint bid there, making 4 countries right now that have shown interest to hold 2027 Women's World Cup. Looking at this, South Africa, we know what they did in 2010, and now they are coming again.
Yeah, so they have the facility, they have, the ambience, they have what it takes.
Everything in place.
Yeah, just that the countries that are also bidding with them also have some things to, display. But I want to wish that South Africa gets it at the end. Sounding African, trying to want to have it on our land and our soil. So it would be good if South Africa, we hold it, and that would mean, since 2010, a lot of things have happened. We need to go back to do some renovation, some upgrades, and all of that. You could see what happened in Qatar last year. Stay on your seat. You have some pleasant technology working with you.
Standard, up-to-date stadium or stadia across Qatar there.
If it could happen to the men, the women, we wish to have stuff similar to that. So can Africa, get to that level. But
I believe they can do it, because they actually proved a lot of doubters wrong when they hosted the Men's World Cup.
Yeah.
No one saw that coming. Fantastic display, fantastic host, a lot of tourism here and there, and they really made the world surprised. South Africa really shocked the world. Yes, Qatar, they actually made it more. But now for the 2027 bid, alongside USA and Mexico, who will be hosting the World Cup, they'll be hosting the World Cup in 2030.
The Men World Cup.
So they are bidding for the Women World Cup in 2027 alongside Mexico. This one will have to be Mexico, Canada, and USA for the men. Yeah. Now you have Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany also bidding for this. And you have another one that has to do with Brazil also trying to bid for it. So if you look at maybe the 4 countries bidding for this are equally very, very ready for it.
Yes, they are. Just the 4 countries, the bids,
the joint bid,
the other 2 separate bids, they have what it takes. But at the end of the day, the FIFA Executive Council would sit to look at the pros and cons and maybe 1 or 2 technicalities that will make them settle for wherever they settle for at the end of the day.
Well, I would love to have this in Africa. You know why? For a while now, maybe since 2010, have we actually hosted any? It's not for Morocco that has been at the forefront of hosting Club World Cup and all that.
Yeah,
it's been a while we've hosted any international football that has to do with FIFA, FIFA under 17, under 20, and all that. So it's high time we get it right. Maybe at least let's even see the senior coming back to Africa. Just trying to see if it's possible.
It will make so much sense after about 13.
That by that time, that 2027, it should be
very long time.
It should be like 17 years.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to have the senior ladies in Africa, and also who knows, maybe that's when Nigeria will actually. Although we are looking at this time around, going to Australia and New Zealand, the Super Falcons have been talking that they want to do well. They want to surpass the level of quarterfinals, semi-final, and who knows, maybe they can scoop it. And if it doesn't happen now, who knows, maybe 2027 will be the year. It is very possible.
Possibly. And of course, that South African ladies, that of Moroccans, even Zambia, they already
So I can imagine if it's possible that South Africa should get the nod to host, and you see African countries play in this tournament to have all the support they will get from the continent to make sure they host and at least and see if any other African nation will win it.
Possibly hosting to win.
Hosting to win. Well, who knows? Maybe they will host and Nigeria will win. We've been looking at the World Cup bid there, coming from South Africa, Brazil, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands as a joint bid, USA, Mexico, and also as another bid for the 2027 Women World Cup there. It's going to be a big one if South Africa can actually get enough from FIFA. Now, let's leave FIFA and quickly let's talk about matches that will be coming up tonight in the Premier League and also in La Liga. Let's start with the Premier League. Wolverhampton Wanderers will be playing at home against Crystal Palace. The Eagles, can they fly against Wolverhampton Wanderers at the Millennium Stadium? Aston Villa, the Villa Park against Fulham. Leeds United, the battle of the LL team. Leicester City, here Nacho Ndidi. Can they save their club? It's really a big one for them right now against Leeds United. Stubborn Leeds, as I call them. But those matches will be on for tonight. Looking at this, Ikena, you look at almost all the clubs here, maybe except for Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, and Fulham. But for Wolves, for Leeds, for Leicester, the battle line to get away from relegation is really on. Yeah,
seriously, it is. The Leicester City, they turned the action around last weekend. So I was on Friday or what? They were able to beat Wolves at the end. Wolves got ahead, and then Iheanacho scored. At the end of the day, they were able to win 2-1 against that Wolves. And I want to believe that against Leeds, they are stubbornly good, but they seem more. They don't seem like a team that is biting in front of the goalpost like Wolves. It's a battle that they need to hold on. Like Iheanacho made the comment. I was yesterday, so he said he wants his team to keep winning because they need to avoid the relegation. So if they are able to win today's match and then look at what they do with the remaining 5-6 matches, it will give them that edge.
But I see it as a very tough match because Leeds United too won't be sleeping. They too need it. Both of them really need to get this done. So that's why that match will be very, very tough. For Wolves versus Crystal Palace, another tough match. I'm hoping that maybe Costa will come to their rescue or have Zaha to contend with.
Yeah, even our two guys, Ebere,
Chidebere,
and the other guy,
Ebere Chieze, rather.
And then the other guy that they both wreck anything that come by, especially this time that they are in top form. So it's possible that they will also bring out their best to make sure that they maintain the momentum for their side, so that because where they are now, they are not comfortable yet, they are not safe yet. If they don't continuously win and just lose, it will be a challenge.
It's a big challenge there. We've been looking at those games that will be coming up in Premier League. But really, from the way it is right now, I look at this season Premier League, really, in fact, the entire Europe is kind of different. Like the way it used to be, that a team by now has been declared winner. You understand?
Yeah.
But now, you check French Ligue 1, you check Bundesliga, you check Italia Serie A, except for Napoli. Napoli has been the one that right now, they are really battle ready to win the league. They've really given at least 14-point gap. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
Except that team. Check others. It's half for Barcelona too, yes.
Barcelona
11 points. Yeah. Although Ancelotti is saying, well, 11 points is not to him. I know he's playing mind game just to give his players a spice up. But really, this season for EPL, for Bundesliga, for French League 1, has not been easy.
No, it has not. Especially for the Bundesliga that, before you know it, Bayern have that 12 points gap and all of those long wide gap. But now, look at what's happening with them, that even Dortmund, with all the players they will lose at the end of the season and all, so they are now battling, giving them that serious competitive, whatever they didn't expect, as it were. I mean, even the man Thomas that went there to rescue. Right now, I don't know what's happening with him.
It's as if I'm looking at Tuchel is almost becoming Antonio Conte style now, because you'll be like, what's happening? It's as if at least I was doing well. What's going on? I saw it before we got to the studio where somebody said in fact, from the way it is right now, Bayern are just enduring because they are not expecting all these results coming from the team after they signed Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, it's just that Thomas Tuchel, you know, he inherited a big challenge. The team, the players, you know, it's about the team game. It's not just about one player, two players. They have to be cohesion. From the time that you know, Tuchel took over, the team was already having serious issues. And look at how he played out with the Champions League against Man City and all of that. So they are not playing like a team. The players are playing like, you know, individual stars. You know, they are not. Nobody is helping each other to, you know, move on and get some good things.
And considering the internal sparks between players and all that, Mane and Leroy Sané.
No team is at that stage and get the desired result. So it's actually something that he inherited. That inheritance is actually hitting him. To see, you know, he's just in the middle of it, and I so much don't envy him at this point.
Well, we've been talking about European football right now, talking about all the teams playing Premier League matches will be coming up. Wolves against Crystal Palace, you have Aston Villa there, Fulham also be on. And you look at, let's quickly take a look at matches coming up in La Liga. Matches will be coming up, and it's going to be a big one there too, although most of the teams are also going to be fighting hard. Real Madrid against Girona, Cadiz, Osasuna, Real Betis against Real Sociedad. The three Reals are facing other teams now. Who wins this game? Is it the Real Betis against the Real Sociedad or Madrid against Girona? If the Madrid can win tonight, they will also at least try to see how they can reduce Italy.
Yeah, so they will reduce Italy, but by the time Barcelona play their own later on, they will still want to see what they would do. The truth is that Barcelona, they are in a better form than the Real Madrid. Real Madrid, sometimes they are playing.
Real Madrid seems to be European kind of the form.
Yeah, they want to focus on Europe. But facing Man City in the semi-final is
a dicey one.
It's very going to be very tough for them because Man City, they are in the top of the form of their life. They want to win everything. They are playing, you know, they have a date with Manchester United in the FA Cup final and all. But they when they come out, with or without anybody, they seem to be, you know, playing so, you know, rapidly. Against Girona, you know, Real Madrid tonight, I want to believe that they will, you know, comfortably win. But I will not also be shocked if I see a draw at the end of the day because, like you said, they're actually planning to see what they will do.
I think they prefer the European trophy.
European level and all of that.
From the way it is, looking at the gap between them and Barcelona, they are just, okay, let's just continue to push, but attention is on that. Europa Champions League and UEFA Champions League rather, to see if they can scoop that. That would be a big one, at least, and so much money. But naturally, you see, Real Madrid so much, they really love to win UEFA. Mostly.
Yeah. Their emphasis is more there because that's where they have a big history. 14 times they have won it. No other team has done that.
Yes, they want to keep improving on that record.
They want to keep that record on. They want to get the 15th one, and then nobody will be able to see their back.
But getting the 15th one will be very tough right now. Even Carlo Ancelotti is already talking that from the way he's seeing it, this Manchester City team under Guardiola seems to be more ready concerning the Champions League now than ever. But that could be a mind game. They know how they do it, trying to spice up the other opponents so that they'll be thinking they are complacent, but they are not. They know what they are doing. Football at its best, talking about La Liga and also the Premier League there. And now we talk about our own. They are Victor Osimhen. Osimhen's worth of 150 million euro is good for Napoli, according to Giuseppe Canella. Canella is a sport administrator with Siena, but right now he's saying, well, for them to have coughed out amount of money for Osimhen, now that they are placing 150 million on him, they deserve it. They know what they are doing, and it's good for business.
Yeah, he's been on that price tag by the club. The club said, bring this amount, you get him. I mean, no club has been able to, table that bid, table a bid that is up to that amount. The closest being, I think it's Bayern Munich or PSG recently, I think around 120 thereabout. So they are still waiting to see the club. But the thing is that the club is already preparing for his exit, knowing that
this guy will leave.
Most likely,
money is clubs are coming.
He's most likely not going to stay. They are also looking at options of who will replace him, talking about Abraham from Roma, people like that.
They are already
even
making
our own Abraham is our own, even though he's afar off. But this is our own also in Gen. Urban Gift. I think it's part of their options and all. So they know that this guy Osimhen it's not likely to remain with us.
But looking at the fact that Man United, PSG, Chelsea, Bayern that you mentioned, those 4 clubs, and who knows? And, I actually still believe that there are still other clubs that could have come for him now, but just because if he goes to Real Madrid, Benzema is still at his best. I would, if he goes to Real Madrid, not that he will not play, it could be very tough.
Yeah, to get a regular, because he will go to a club that, of course, part of the contract will be that he is the top 9, he will be regular and all of those things that will tie to the contract. So whichever, I think Chelsea to me is out of the way because, of course, he wouldn't want to go to a club where he will not play European football, especially Champions League.
Well, we're still talking about Osimhen right now. Osimhen is really trying to talk to the fans of Napoli, the one they call Napolitans, concerning the Scudetto. Osimhen sent message to Napoli fans ahead of title coronation. They are really edging closer. At least they are able to get the remaining point they need. At least 4 points they are done with Scudetto, leading with the 14 points. And I love the fact that he has done this. Let's look at that statement he made. He was able to write to them on Twitter. He tweeted concerning that particular coronation, talking about the title against other teams in Scudetto race. Dear Neapolitans, you have waited long enough. Now is your turn.
It's your turn, Emileko, yeah. it's making sense. The man is literally worshipped, in Italy. I mean, they do a lot of things. I think just was yesterday, it was it early this morning that it came out. It was late yesterday, that a fan of Napoli did a sculptural kind of image where Maradona was handing a title, the La Liga, the Serie A title to Osimhen, showing that this man
won it.
He has just got it.
What a way to end the show. We've been talking concerning Victor Osimhen sending message to Neapolitans. They are a good one, and really 33 years wait is over, really. Well, good one with you, Ikena Congo. So much appreciated for the fact that you are in the studio talking sport with me.
Thank you so much. It's been a while.
I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.